Mm. Ah, coffee in the morning. I want to talk about bulletproof coffee because it seems to be a trend that's been getting popular probably over the last like 5 years or so. And I think that it deserves a mention because it can be a very powerful tool. I think there are some misunderstandings. People think it's just this amazing kind of fat burning, I don't know what. So, uh, I'm going to talk about the potential benefits of bulletproof coffee and potentially what it maybe it's not good for. First of all, what is bulletproof coffee? Bulletproof coffee is essentially coffee that has been you've put a combination of butter and coconut oil in it, and then a lot of people blend it, and they make this kind of like fat-filled, caffeinated coffee. Okay. Now, what it claims to do is going to optimize your brain function and keep you energized for longer periods of time, keep hunger at bay, and burn extra body fat faster. So, is this true? Well, it certainly is possible. Let's just talk about some of the benefits, I think, of butter, first of all. Butter is actually a very misunderstood superfood. It's a very, very strong, healthy source of vitamins A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, okay? And these are all fat-soluble vitamins that can only be absorbed with fats. So it's very convenient that you've got a fat source to get optimal absorption. It's high in selenium, it's high in iodine. It's one of the only sources of iodine that you're going to find out there, other than like iodized salt, which is not really that healthy for us if you kind of know a little bit about that, but we'll cover that in a different subject matter. But iodine and selenium are both very important nutrients for your thyroid and your thyroid metabolism. So as your metabolism as a whole benefits from ingesting a certain amount of butter on a daily basis, I think that butter is very, very important. The other thing is that it's got something called CLA, which is called conjugated linoleic acid, which has been proven in research to be strongly anti-cancerous. It actually is anti-catabolic for your muscular system, and in certain cases has shown to actually increase burning of body fat as well. So it can help with that. I'm not saying that it's like the antidote for body fat loss, but CLA does certainly help with that, and it's a common supplement for fat loss. So that is right there, imbued right into your butter. So high marks for that. The other thing is that butter tends to be high in something called short chain fatty acids. Short chain fatty acids, specifically something called butyrate. Now butyrate, when you take it in, it can be used immediately by your liver for energy, so it does boost your energy a bit, but the most usage that it gets is actually when it gets down into your lower digestive tract. It actually feeds the positive gut bacteria, the microbes that symbiotically live with your system, and they provide you with antioxidants and other vitamins and nutrients that your body needs in order to function well. So if you ingest enough butyrate, you can actually keep a healthy gut balance, positive bugs in your gut that can help to enhance your brain function, your metabolism, and all that good stuff. Actually, a strong anti-inflammatory as well. Then you got the coconut oil, and the coconut oil is a medium chain triglyceride. Now, medium chain triglyceride doesn't follow the same pathway of absorption in the body as other normal fats do. So long chain fatty acids actually go through the lymphatic system. It takes about 2 to 3 hours to get into blood circulation. But on the other hand, MCTs, what they do is they go straight through the portal vein to the liver, and the liver processes them into ketone bodies. So they bust out ketone bodies into the bloodstream, and funny enough, normally cells use glucose for energy, but ketone bodies are like a sort of a super fuel for the cells of your body. And specifically, one area that really loves ketones is your brain. So when the ketones get up into your brain actually takes them up real quick and then uses them like super fuel, and you actually have clearer, more energized thinking So that's a major benefit of the coconut oil. But one of the fatty acids in coconut oil is something called lauric acid. Now, lauric acid is antimicrobial, strong antimicrobial. It can help balance your gut bacteria, it can help strengthen your immune system, and there are even some studies that show that lauric acid can help with fat loss. So there are some compounding fat loss several things in this particular drink that can have been shown to kind of help with fat loss, but I don't necessarily see that as the main benefit of doing this. Think about this. Whenever there's a large amount of fat in the meal that you're taking in, for instance, in bulletproof coffee, you're going to raise something called cholecystokinin. Now, cholecystokinin is a hormone that gets raised whenever you have a large amount of fat in your stomach. And what that does is it actually slows down the rate at which your stomach empties its contents into your bloodstream. So when you drink a caffeinated beverage with a significant amount of fat, what it does is it almost forms like a time-release caffeine drip. And caffeine in and of itself has been proven to improve reaction times, memory. I almost forgot. See, need more coffee. But and also it can be another fat loss aid. So it does raise catecholamines, which means that it does increase the release of fatty acids into your bloodstream. So another potential fat loss increasing benefit of bulletproof coffee. But here's the thing. So there are many benefits to bulletproof coffee. I think it can be a very healthy part of your regimen. It helps to balance your blood sugar because of the fat. And so it might actually help to manage insulin, which is a problem amongst people that eat too many simple carbohydrates, stuff like that. But I would say that you can definitely overdo it on the fats. Remember, the fats still have calories, 9 calories per gram. And if you're doing a tablespoon of each, you're probably ingesting somewhere between 350 and 450 calories in your morning beverage, and that doesn't even include breakfast. So especially if you're female and maybe you have like a 13 to 1700 calorie mark for your daily intake, and you're already taking up a third of that in your morning coffee, I would be very cautious about how much fat you actually put into your bulletproof coffee. It is not a free ride. And I would say the same thing for guys too. A lot of people just put all the fat into their coffee and they think, oh man, I'm drinking this fat burning beverage. And then, well, it's not true, but like I said, very nutrient dense, several benefits in other ways, and I highly recommend it for that. But I would caution you to do this. When it comes to coffee, and when it comes to any fats of any sort, because, especially from animal fats, because fats are where animals typically store the majority of their toxins that they can't process, specifically like pesticides and fungicides and gasoline fumes and other things like that that might get into their system. If they can't process those and usher them out of the body right away, what ends up happening is they store it into their fat. And so when you're getting an animal fat like butter, and it's not raw, pastured, organic, really healthy source of butter, you're going to ingest a large bolus dose of other things that you probably don't want in your system. So since butter is one of those things that comes from cows, that most cows are unfortunately concentrated animal farming operations, they're very unhealthy. So what you want to look for is raw, organic, pastured butter, very important, and it's going to have more of that CLA in it that we're looking for that's anti-cancerous, and it's going to have a denser variety of nutrients like those vitamins A, D, E, and K in it. So that's very important. The other thing is that coffee is one of the highest pesticided crops in the world. So unless you want to ingest a ridiculous amount of pesticides with your coffee, which again is probably not going to help your fat loss efforts, especially because all toxins are inhibiting of the mitochondria, which are what your fat burning engines are inside of your cells. And also most pesticides are highly estrogenic, which will undermine your own testosterone. So Anyway, those are some little tips here. And the last thing I would say is mind the caloric value of this drink, because it can get pretty high pretty fast. So this video is running on 10 minutes. It's kind of a lot longer than I thought it would be. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys gained some benefit from it, and hopefully you might give bulletproof coffee a try and see how it affects you and your brain function. But don't look at it like as if it's this magic panacea to all ills. So if you like that video, this video, share it, like it, tell your friends, comment, say what's up, all the things, and God bless everyone, and Merry Christmas and happy holidays. So see you later.